Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report in Pleasanton. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamena. Joining me today is Vice Mayor Matt Gaidos from the city of Pleasanton, and I welcome you here for the first time. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Kamena. Nice to be here.
What topics might you like to cover in Mayor's Choice?
Sure. So this month, the police department started a new program called Connect and Collect. It's a simple program aimed at building stronger relationships with the community. Each month, the department issues a limited edition sticker, and you can get one just by walking up to a police officer, having a conversation, or dropping by the police department. We want to encourage families, residents, kids, just to take a moment to say hello to the officers in our community. Quick conversation in the lobby, meeting an officer while they're on patrol, because those are the moments really we want to establish the connection between our local police department and our residents and our children. And if you collect all 12 stickers over the course of the year, you're entered into a year-end raffle. So programs like this, I think, really help people feel more connected, feel comfortable reaching out to police officers, change the dynamic between officers as something that need to be concerned about, and teach them, the community, to be friends with them, to be one-on-one, to have a connection, to have a conversation. And because these officers are really part of our community every single day. So I'm encouraging residents, if you're out and about or near the police department, stop in, say hello, pick up that month's sticker, collect all 12, and then we'll have something awesome to raffle at the end of the year.
If you mentioned to our residents that the city was doing this, 9 out of 10 would say, yes, it's got to be Pleasanton.
I agree. It's a very Pleasanton thing to do.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
State of the City. Well, it was very recent when the State of the City took place, wasn't it?
It was just yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely event.
And I wonder if you could give us your impressions of the event and turnout.
Sure. It was just what I would call a very warm and welcoming and wholesome vibe at our center out there at Casa Real at Ruby Hill. We came in just a packed house full of people who support our community, business leaders, community leaders, and it really felt like there was a lot of people there celebrating what Pleasanton is, what Pleasanton does. Jack Balch, the mayor, gave a fantastic speech. It was very well received. He went over a lot of different things that we've accomplished in the last year. He talked about last year it was about coming together, and this year it was talking about the results of what we've done over the last year with the new composition of the city council. So I was excited to celebrate the chamber and the city's work over the last year, and we're inspired about what's coming up in the next year. The full room, everyone excited to hear the chambers and city's work, and Mayor Balch's speech covered everything from budgeting to economic development efforts, from key public safety stats to infrastructure projects that we've completed in the last year. There was over $30 million in investments into our water system, with the renovations at Lions Wayside Park just down the road here, where the concerts in the park are in the summer, and a pavement management program that really resurfaced and touched over 2 million feet of roadway, to name a few. The mayor also got to announce the launch of a new economic development team, the Pleasanton Playbook, a comprehensive high-level document that has a lot of information to anyone considering opening a business here in Pleasanton, which is something we really want to encourage. It lays out the process to open, zoning considerations, checklists, and so on. We're hoping it becomes a very helpful tool to anyone considering coming to Pleasanton to open a business, and we want to really cut the red tape and pave the roadway for new businesses to open here. We saw many videos about the city's assets. Our asset management program we instituted in the last year really is going to document and look at every asset owned by the city so we can make responsible decisions for budgeting about when to address the aging infrastructure, when to address the assets that we have to make sure we avoid things like sewer line problems, water line problems. It's a nice overview that shows the quality of the things that the city owns, and therefore how do we prioritize maintaining those assets.
I sat next to the city manager for Dublin, and she was so enthusiastic that you'd think she was a Pleasanton employee.
Yeah, she's very. I met and had some time to talk to her yesterday prior to the event, and she's got a lot of energy. She's very experienced. She's very personable. She didn't have a name tag on, so I wasn't sure who I was talking to for the first few minutes.
Very clever over there.
But very, very lovely person.
At a recent city council meeting, the Alameda County District Attorney Ursula Jones-Dixon spoke to the issues of misdemeanor and other referrals. I wonder if you could summarize some of her remarks.
Absolutely. DA Jones-Dixon came before the City Council a couple of weeks ago and gave a really comprehensive look into what the District Attorney Office does. It's been a transition from a pretty tumultuous political situation, a previous administration that didn't have a lot of experience. We're really trying to get back to what it is the DA's office does, which is focusing on victims' rights. And so she gave a comprehensive presentation about the amount of referrals we get on misdemeanor cases, on felony cases, how many cases are diverted, the various different collaborative courts we have to divert people from the criminal justice system, which is often an appropriate thing to do. And also how we are rebuilding our staff with bringing back folks to the office with decades and combined centuries of experience to really bring back the institutional knowledge that we have lost in recent years and to teach our young lawyers how to really truly be an upstanding prosecutor. She has done a lot for the office and we'll have a lot of work that we need to continue to do there with DA Jones-Dixon, and we're wishing her a long future with the office.
Thank you for that. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back on this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton. We are here talking with Vice Mayor Matt Gaidos from the City of Pleasanton. On the subject of zoning, Pleasanton has been implementing zoning updates to encourage innovation-based businesses. It's hard to say. How has that been evolving?
Yeah, thank you. Zoning, everybody's favorite topic. But
yes.
As we move forward into this next century, there's a lot of innovation-based businesses. And previously, our zoning in the business park didn't allow for certain uses at certain areas. And as the world moves forward and technology changes and business and industry changes, we've made it some zoning changes that have generated a lot of interest in business and brokers to allow these innovation-based businesses to purchase and get into these buildings and change the use to something that's more compatible with the kind of businesses they're developing these days. We promoted these changes with our local and regional partners, partnering with Innovation Tri-Valley and iGate to get the message out more broadly to these businesses that we want them here in Pleasanton. While we haven't, the zoning changes have been recent and it's a complicated process to get these businesses in, but we are in conversation. Our staff is talking to these businesses every day who are considering coming to Pleasanton. The goal is to bring these businesses to Pleasanton. As I mentioned earlier, the Pleasanton Playbook I just talked about, with the main goal of helping businesses get through the processes faster with more transparency so they can get open and get open quicker and do business in the city of Pleasanton. We're also working on a economic development microsite that will be live very soon, aimed at providing marketing to businesses that are looking to make Pleasanton their home and get them in the door. So
that's really interesting.
It is. We're making big strides on that. We really have, the nature of commercial property has changed in Pleasanton quite a bit. When I was growing up here in the 80s, the Hacienda Business Park was a bustling place. There are large buildings now that are vacant, large portions of buildings that are vacant, and we want to attract new businesses to Pleasanton to take up those beautiful office buildings and do business in the city of Pleasanton. We have a robust economy here in Pleasanton. I think it was $14 billion of business we do here, and we want to keep that number going up with really good businesses around the Bay Area that will come here.
Costco in Pleasanton opened in November of 2024. It just seems like the other day to me. Now that they have been firmly established here, what's been the effect financially and to the city in general? Yeah,
it'll be 2 years. I think it opened the day before Thanksgiving in 2024. So
it was tight.
It was tight. They got it open though. I was there on the big long line that morning. But everybody loves Costco, and I think it's definitely had a positive impact for our community to have that resource closer to home. I know I frequent that business a lot, and I think the traffic is working out tremendously. I think the road improvements that we did that were costly, but were very effective in moving traffic through there. It's easy to get in, it's easy to get out. And it's a major retail business, so it brings a good amount of sales tax to the city. We knew that. Also business license fees. While I can't tell you the exact amount because I don't know off the top of my head, and I think it's confidential, the money that Costco brings in definitely helps the city fund its programs and services, and we're happy to have them here.
Yes, and being from Livermore, we were very happy for you also.
I'm sure as was Danville.
The police department is going to host a community meeting at the library on the 2nd of April regarding annual military equipment use report.
Right.
And I wonder if you could tell us what will be covered and the purpose of this meeting, and could you tell those who want to attend how they need to register?
Absolutely. It's a open meeting. There is no registration or sign up for the meeting, and it's open to the public, so you can just drop in. Every police department in California has equipment that qualifies under California state law as military equipment. You think military equipment, you think tanks and helicopters, but these are also a lot of non-lethal items. Drones, less lethal delivery devices like bean bags that officers can bring into a situation instead of firearms to de-escalate situations. But it also, California law requires a yearly update from the police department about what they have, how many times it's been used. So it's a really good, it's actually last year when I sat there, was a really good reassurance of just how safe Pleasanton was and just how nice it is to be prepared to have these things, but also thinking about how little we actually have to use them given the issues that we don't have in Pleasanton. So when the PD wants to purchase an item, they have to give a report that includes a description and how they plan to use them. And then that report has to be presented to the city council. But before that, it's got to be shared with the community. So anybody interested, we want you to come down, give your feedback, because that feedback goes into a report that's then given to us. Mm-hmm. And then we make decisions from there about what to do.
That sounds very thorough. Yeah. Would you tell us about any other events that you know about that we maybe don't?
Sure. The next big thing coming up is the Bunny Hop Scavenger Hunt on Saturday, April 4th from 10 to 12. Geared towards younger kids and families. It starts at the museum on Main, and there'll be a little bit of a scavenger hunt through downtown, and there'll be some giveaways. It's designed to be, easy, low-key. Parents get the answers. So it's really easy to get the kids out, walk around, visiting different spots downtown, and we'll have photos with the Easter Bunny, a few live bunnies maybe, some other characters. And the best part about it is it's free and there's no registration. Just come at 10 o'clock on April 4th to the downtown museum and the museum on Main, and please participate. We'd love to have you out there.
Well, there's lots going on in Pleasanton, no doubt, but are there any other events that you'd like to have us know about?
Just that for right now. Again, the city council meetings are on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, and we appreciate having everyone out there. And I encourage that we also have commissions that are always with rolling members: Planning Commission, Housing Commission, Parks and Recreation Commission. I encourage people to reach out, look at the city's website, and really participate. And that was a theme of the mayor's speech too. It was really focused on community participation, getting people out, voting for sure, paying attention to what's going on in your local community, because Pleasanton is great because of the support we have, and we want everyone to participate in that. So.
And the participation that you have in the audience is always entertaining and educational.
Very much. I take very seriously the public comment that we get back for the people that take their time to come to the council meetings to share their thoughts about what's going on in the city. It's the most rewarding part of the meeting usually.
And I thank you for being here today and for updating us.
Of course.
And thank you for watching this edition of Mayor's Report Pleasanton. Join us for the next episode of Mayor's Report right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamena, and I thank you for joining us.